You're doing it wrong, on purpose. And interestingly, it works better that way. Every day, without realizing it, you break basic rules, not out of rebellion, but because the body learns before the mind. There are silent signs in daily life showing that the right way isn't always the most efficient. Small annoyances, micro frustrations, that feeling of this could be easier. These are early warning signs, and almost no one pays attention to them. The curious thing is that the body knows. It reacts, adjusts, improvises. The body's signals appear in the rush, the discomfort, the immediate relief when you do something the wrong way, and everything simply flows. These are initial symptoms of a little discussed truth. Following the manual doesn't always respect reality. Don't ignore this. They are hidden symptoms of practical intelligence in action. In this video, you'll realize that many habits considered wrong exist because they work better for you. And when you learn to listen to the signals your body is giving you, you begin to identify patterns that save you time, energy, and stress. Stay until the end, because the symptoms you shouldn't ignore are in the simplest things. And understanding this can completely change how you approach decisions, rules, and efficiency in your daily life. Now tell me, did you like this introduction, or would you like me to adjust something? Make it more provocative, shorter, more intense, or even more intriguing? Peeling bananas from the bottom. He often smiles when someone peels a banana by the stem because there are already silent signs there that this isn't the best way. The fruit slips, gets squashed, creates unnecessary mess, and almost no one stops to think about it. These are early warning signs of everyday life, small frictions that the body perceives before the mind. The body's signals appear in mild irritation, in the how annoying, in the automatic adjustment of the hand. They are initial symptoms that perhaps there is a smarter way to perform the same gesture. And there almost always is. When you peel a banana from the base, everything changes in a simple way. The peel opens easily, the fruit remains intact, and even the fibers disappear. This seemingly trivial detail reveals something bigger. Often we do things the right way out of habit, not efficiency. The hidden symptoms lie in the blind repetition of what has been learned. The signals your body is giving you appear when something works better, even when going against habit. Don't ignore these small daily victories because they teach you more than they seem. In practice, he advises observing these small daily discomforts. Whenever something is too much work, there are warning signs asking for an adjustment. It could be the way you open a package, organize your desk, or even start a difficult task. Training your eye to notice these symptoms that you shouldn't ignore creates a more strategic and less resistant mind. It's almost a game of applied curiosity. And when you realize that even a banana can teach you efficiency, you start to wonder, how many other simple things have you been doing the hard way without realizing it? Using bread to clean up broken glass. He often says that danger rarely lies in what you see, but in what remains invisible. When a glass breaks, the large pieces draw attention, but the silent signs are in the microscopic shards scattered on the floor. The body perceives this before the mind, in that hesitation when stepping on a bare foot. These are early warning signs of everyday life, subtle warnings that something has not yet been resolved. The body's signals appear as instinctive caution. They are initial symptoms of ignored risk. Using a piece of bread to press down on the floor seems strange at first glance, but it works better than a broom. The crumb captures the invisible fragments that escape the eye. This simple trick reveals a powerful pattern. Effective solutions don't always seem logical. The hidden symptoms lie in the overconfidence that I've already cleaned everything. The signals your body is giving you appear when you still tread carefully even after cleaning. Don't ignore this instinct. It's usually right. In practice, he teaches us to take this logic beyond the kitchen. Whenever a problem seems solved too quickly, it's worth looking for the invisible residues. Reviewing an email before sending it, checking contract details, or rereading a difficult message are ways to avoid unnecessary cuts. These are symptoms you shouldn't ignore if you want to avoid pain later. Training your attention to silent signs prevents small accidents that turn into big regrets. And when you learn to clean what isn't visible, you begin to notice another curious habit. Why do we insist on using improvised tools for tasks that require precision? Using a hair straightener to iron collars. He often laughs when he sees someone struggling with an iron just to straighten their shirt collar. There are silent signs of excess, too much heat, wasted time, disproportionate effort. The body senses this quickly, in that impatience that arises out of nowhere. These are early warning signs of daily life, showing that the tool is not the right fit for the task. The body's signals appear in the rush, the time pressure, the discomfort of making something simple become complicated. They are initial symptoms of inefficiency accepted as normal. Using a hair straightener on your collar works because it delivers direct heat, control, and precision. It's a deliberate mistake that works better. This detail teaches us something bigger. Efficiency isn't about following rules, it's about solving problems. The hidden symptoms lie in the belief that there's only one correct way to do something. The signals your body is giving you emerge when an improvised solution brings immediate relief. Don't ignore when something works better even outside the manual. Sometimes the manual is outdated. In practice, he advises observing where you use force when you could use adjustment. Long meetings that could be a short audio recording, repetitive tasks that could be automated, rigid routines that unnecessarily tire you out. These are symptoms you shouldn't ignore if you want to save time and energy. Training your eye to notice subtle signs transforms improvisation into strategy. And when you understand that the right tool is the one that solves the problem, you start to question another common habit. Why do we do certain things painfully when speed would be smarter? Ripping band-aids off fast. He often says that pain increases when we hesitate. When slowly pulling off a bandage, silent signs emerge that something is wrong. The body stiffens, breathing becomes tight, the mind anticipates discomfort. These are early warning signs that prolonging doesn't always protect. The body's signals appear in muscle tension and that internal "just do it already." These are initial symptoms that the chosen strategy only prolongs the suffering, and almost everyone has experienced this firsthand. Ripping off a band-aid all at once works better because it reduces the duration of the pain. It's an intentional mistake that respects physiology. Less stimulation, less suffering. The hidden symptoms lie in the belief that going slowly is always safer. The signals your body is giving you appear when relief comes soon after the quick action. Don't ignore this simple logic. It applies to much more than just the skin. Sometimes the body wants a decision, not excessive care. In practice, this translates to difficult everyday choices. Uncomfortable conversations, postponed decisions, and tedious tasks that drag on are symptoms you shouldn't ignore. Solving things once and for all, clearly, usually hurts less than procrastinating. Training yourself to pay attention to silent signals prevents prolonged suffering. And when a person understands that speed can be kinder than caution, another practical question arises. Do even common products work better when used the wrong way? Using conditioner as shaving cream, he often says that the skin gives warning before the blade complains. When someone uses regular shaving foam and ends up with burning, itching, or microcuts, these are silent signs ignored out of habit. The body reacts immediately, but the person continues to think that it's just how it is. These are early warning signs of unnecessary friction. The body's signals appear as a slight burning sensation, dryness after showering, that feeling of discomfort that no one talks about. These are initial symptoms that the method is not respecting the skin. Conditioner works better because it's designed to hydrate, glide, and protect. It seems wrong, but it works. This simple detail teaches a bigger lesson. Sometimes the right solution is already in front of you. It just wasn't designed for that specific function. The hidden symptoms lie in the fixed idea that each product only serves one purpose. The signals your body is giving you appear when the blade glides effortlessly and your skin feels calm afterward. Don't ignore it when the results improve, even after breaking the rules. In practice, he suggests always observing the aftermath. If something leaves marks, irritation, or recurring discomfort, these are symptoms you shouldn't ignore. Switching from foam to conditioner, reducing blade pressure, or changing the time of day you shave are simple adjustments that eliminate several silent signs. It's a powerful reminder that comfort is also efficiency. And when a person realizes that even personal care works better outside the norm, they begin to notice another curious habit. Why do we insist on forcefully agitating everything when the solution calls for calm? Shaking a ketchup bottle violently. He often observes that haste reveals silent signs of error. When someone shakes a ketchup bottle forcefully, the body already anticipates disaster. Tense fist, suspicious look, shortness of breath. These are early warning signs that the chosen action will go wrong. The body's signals appear in that micro-hesitation before the tsunami on the plate. They are initial symptoms of a common pattern, using force when method is lacking. Shaking violently seems logical, but it creates uneven pressure and messes everything up. Turning the bottle upside down and waiting a few seconds works better. It's a deliberate mistake that respects simple physics. The hidden symptoms lie in the belief that intensity resolves blockages. The signals your body is giving you appear when calmness delivers the right result. Don't ignore this household lesson. Often, less force generates more flow. In practice, he applies this to everyday tasks, forcing a conversation, insisting on an unanswered email, or rushing complex decisions are symptoms you shouldn't ignore. Pausing, changing perspective, and giving it time usually unlocks problems better than pressuring. Training yourself to read silent signals avoids mess, both literal and figurative. And when you understand that patience triumphs over force, another intriguing question arises. Could it be that even the food we eat has a wrong way of being consumed that actually works better? Folding a pizza slice. He often says that pizza also teaches engineering lessons if you pay attention. When someone tries to eat an open slice and the toppings spill out, immediate silent signs appear. Dirty hands, a desperate napkin, that automatic wrist tilt. These are early warning signs that the structure isn't helping. The body's signals appear in the instinctive attempt to fold the slice, even before thinking. They are initial symptoms that there's a more efficient way to deal with the problem. Folding the slice creates a rigid base, controls the filling, and prevents chaos. It seems wrong to some, but it works better. This simple gesture reveals how the body learns through trial and error, not etiquette. The hidden symptoms lie in cultural resistance to what is not elegant. The signals your body is telling you emerge when everything becomes easier after the fold. Don't ignore these intuitive solutions. They are born from practice, not theory. In practice, it encourages you to observe where life needs support before demanding effort. Projects without structure, routines without a foundation, and decisions without preparation are symptoms you shouldn't ignore. Creating support, a simple plan, a checklist, a clear boundary, prevents wasted energy. Training your attention to silent signals teaches you to better sustain what you already have. And when you learn to give structure to the simple, one last curious situation arises. Why do even office equipment work better when we break the protocol? Shaking a printer toner cartridge. He often says that the printer also sends silent signals, but almost no one listens. When the empty toner warning appears, the body reacts with automatic irritation, even knowing that it's still possible to print. These are early warning signs that seem final, but they aren't. The body's signals arise in that impulse to shake the cartridge, as if to say, there's still more in there. These are initial symptoms that the solution may lie in adjustment, not in immediate replacement. Shaking the cartridge redistributes the remaining powder and brings life back to something considered dead. It seems like a makeshift solution, but it works because it respects the object's internal logic. The hidden symptoms lie in the rush to replace it before it runs out. The signals your body is telling you appear when, after the movement, the pages come out clear again. Don't ignore it when a small repositioning solves the problem. Sometimes it's not a lack of resources, it's poor distribution. In practice, this translates to bigger choices. Before discarding ideas, projects, or routines, it's worth redistributing energy, changing perspective, and testing again. These are symptoms you shouldn't ignore if you want to extract full value from what you already have. Training yourself to read silent signals prevents waste and teaches efficiency. And when you realize that even the end might just be an exaggerated warning, everything you've seen starts to connect. If you've made it this far, it's because something clicked. It wasn't empty entertainment, it was recognition. Throughout the video, you realized that many mistakes aren't stupidity, they're adaptation. The body perceives things before the mind. The silent signals were there all along. Small discomforts, improvised shortcuts, solutions that seemed wrong but worked better. These were early warning signs, showing that efficiency doesn't always reside in rules, but in observation. When you learn to listen to your body's signals, you begin to live with less friction and more practical intelligence. Now the question remains that separates those who watch from those who evolve. Which of these initial symptoms will you start respecting from today? Will you continue ignoring the hidden symptoms of daily life, or will you use the signals your body is giving you to gain time, comfort, and clarity? Don't ignore this. It's precisely these symptoms that you shouldn't ignore that make the difference in the long run. If this video made you think I never noticed that, then subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. The next videos will continue exploring these little hidden truths that make life simpler, more efficient, and less tiring. Stick around. Because when you start to see the silent signs, there's no going back. It only gets better. Did you like this conclusion? Or would you like me to adjust something, make it shorter, more provocative, or even more emotional?